Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in your grateful manner, we'll take your better life.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary at 12. My name is Hansen Der Capuchin.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life as of the present?
Pleasant good evening from Dupont Road in Pino. Welcome to News Desk, 45 minutes of news from Liberia and other parts of the world. Today is Tuesday, January 7, 2024. This is Marka Davis anchoring this presentation. This news program is powered by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. The top stories we are following tonight: members of the House of Representatives supporting former Speaker Fonati Kofa announced their decision to join the majority members in section. Ministry of Finance and Development Planning is set to host a comprehensive workshop aimed at ensuring the effective execution of the fiscal year 2025 national budget. Staffers at the Liberian Senate have threatened to withhold their services if the government fails to pay their 1 month benefits for services provided during the special sitting of the legislature. And out of Liberia, Senegal and Chad react strongly to remarks by French President Emmanuel Macron about African countries being ungrateful over France's role in helping fight militant jihadist insurgencies, according to the BBC. The details of these developments, including the bulletin of news, voices of the newsmakers, sports, are all part of this presentation. We're taking a short break to be back. News with Erin Batafoyan. Good evening.
Good evening, Marka. Good evening, everyone. Members of the House of Representatives supporting former Speaker Fonati Kofa have announced their decision to join the majority members in section. The group of lawmakers on the ban on the rule of law legislative caucus noted that their decision is due to the fact that they have waited for the Supreme Court to clarify its recent rulings, but to no avail. The group's chairman, Representative Musa Belity, said they are joining the majority in section as a different approach to resolve their differences through the legislative interactions. Representative Belity said they intend to use this legislative engagement to express their objection to the election of a speaker when there is a speaker who was legitimately elected in accordance with the Constitution and the rule of law. He also named the suspension and withholding of the salaries of their colleagues in total contraventions of the House rules, the dissolution and reconstitution of all committees, and the refusal to release benefits due to members of the Rule of Law Caucus, which he said the Ministry of Finance has fully remitted into the account of the House of Representatives. The group, through its chairman, emphasized that they remain committed to the rule of law, which include taking further appropriate legal actions while pursuing legislative resolution on the floor of the House of Representatives. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, MFDP, is set to host a comprehensive workshop aimed at enhancing the effective execution of the fiscal year 2025 national budget. The workshop, according to the ministry, will be held at the Allegiance Saleh Ministerial Complex in Monrovia from January 7 to January 9. The Finance Ministry, in a press release, said the workshop is designed to refresh and deepen the understanding of policymakers and technical staff from spending entities on key fiscal rules, budget execution procedures, monitoring, and reporting. The ministry noted that this initiative is critical to enhancing the capacity of spending entities to execute their budget efficiently and responsibly. By equipping participants with the necessary knowledge and tools, the workshop will help to ensure that public funds are used efficiently to meet the needs of citizens while supporting the government's broader development goals. According to the release, the workshop will bring together a total of 596 participants, including officials from the 180 spending entities. The first 2 days of the workshop will focus on all participants, while the final day will specifically target spending entities responsible for implementing projects according to the Finance Ministry. The Staffers Association at the Liberian Senate have threatened to withhold their services if the government fails to pay them their 1 month benefits for services provided during the special sitting. The group has called on the leadership of the Liberian Senate to ensure they get their benefits no later than January 11, threatening to peacefully withhold their services if the Senate fails, something they said will affect the opening of the Senate on January 13, 2025. On December 13, 2024, President Bouaka issues a proclamation extending the first regular sections of the period of 15 days. The aggrieved staff said they have been engaging authorities regarding their benefits, but to no avail. They spoke with journalists on Tuesday at the grounds of the Capitol building in Monrovia. Deputy Agriculture Minister David Akwe has described the rubber sector as an integral of the Liberian economy. Minister Akwe pledged the national government commitment to collaborating with stakeholders aimed at making the rubber sector vibrant. Making remarks Tuesday during the program marking the farewell and growing of the former manager of the Liberia Agriculture Company LLC, Vaja Maria, Deputy Minister Akwe assured the former LLC manager that the ministry will work with stakeholders in the rubber sector to improve what is left behind. Stakeholders in the rubber sector under the auspices Rubber Development Fund Incorporated Tuesday on Vaja Maria, who stayed in Liberia 15 years for what they call his immense contribution to the sector over the years. The program was grabbed by representatives from the Rubber Planters Association, Firestone Liberia, Jetty Rubber Corporation, Liberia Agriculture Company, government officials, and the media and others. Also speaking at the ceremony, the president of the Rubber Planters Association, Madam Wilhelmina Siawe, paid special homage to Vajit Maria for his role played in helping local farmers to market their crops during the heat of the COVID-19 pandemic in Liberia. Madam Siawe recounted the selflessness service of the former LSC manager in contributing to the inquiring of the office space of the institution. In response, Vaja Maria thanked members of the Rubber Development Fund Incorporated for the recognition, terming it as a milestone achievement for him and his family. According to him, though he's leaving for his home country, India, Liberia remains his second home, pledging to provide the necessary expertise whenever he is called upon. Meanwhile, several smallholder farmers in Grand Bassa County have lavished praises on the former general manager of the Liberia Agriculture Company, Vaja Maria, for bringing what they called relief to farmers in the county. Speaking Tuesday at program marking the farewell and honoring of LSC former general manager Vaja Maria, the farmers paid tribute to him for his impactful knowledge over the years. According to them, the departure of Maria has left a vacuum in that will not easily be recovered. The smallholder farmers thank manager Vaja for his fast-headedness and innovations over the years. The North Central Alliance NCA, that's NCA, has expressed dismay in the first year performance of President Joseph Boakai, noting that he has failed to rescue the Liberian people as promised. The NCA says it acknowledged the fact that the president has the integrity and the zeal to ensure good governance, but more work needs to be done to deliver the Liberian people from poverty. The movement also emphasized that it continues to support President Boakai because of the fabulous promises for better roads, improved agriculture, accessible and affordable energy, adherence to the rule of law, zero tolerance on corruption, among others. The alliance, in a release, said the president has not done well in the fight against corruption, adherence to both national and international laws, among others. The North Central Alliance, however, commended the president and his government for works being done on roads, electricity, and agriculture, but recommends strongly that the pavement of roads and maintenance be given priority. NCA further commended President Boakai and the National Coordination Committee headed by CSA boss Josiah Joker for the successful celebration of county's 64th anniversary in Vojama City, Lofa County on December 22 to the 23 of last year, 2024. The North Central Alliance is the regional citizens movement comprising of Bapolu, Bank, Lofa, Magibi, and Nima counties. Yapawolo Masi Mill, a 19-year-old primary suspect in the ongoing murder investigation of a 45-year-old woman in Dewey Gamia, Vajama District, was found dead in the police cell in Vajama City on January 6, 2025. On New Year Eve, the lifeless body of the woman, Moyogo Keliko, was discovered on a farm road. Following this grim discovery, police were alerted and a 15-member jury was convened to examine the body. The jury findings indicated foul was played as evidence by deep on her hand and a broken neck. In connection with the case, police arrested 5 individuals as suspects, including Massimio, who quickly became a person of interest in the investigation. To prevent any potential influences of his testimony, investigators Mosiman from the Vojama Central Prison, the Central Police Station, to the Vojama Police Barrack in the new Vojama community in Vojama City, Lofa County. Tragically, while in custody, Mosimani reportedly took his own life by hanging himself using his shirt around 10 p.m. His death has heightened the tensions in the area. The magisterial court and LIS depot in Johnstown have been set ablaze and officers assigned at the Johnstown checkpoint have been chased away. Families and relatives of the suspect accused of murder death are currently living in fear as there are reports that they are being hunted for by angry citizens in the region. The leadership of the Senate Press Bureau has expressed concerns over the closure of their offices since the fire outbreak at the main chambers of the Capitol building. The leadership has also questioned why the leadership at the Senate, including the security, is yet to inform them about the reopening of their offices. According to them, since the fire incident, they are yet to access their various offices after police barricaded their offices, terming it as crime scene. They wondered why the relevant authority are not telling them when their offices will be reopened to resume normal workings activities ahead of the resume normal works as of January 13, 2025. They believe the situation is causing a serious embarrassment to their operation. In other development, the Senate leadership has sharply reacted to the concern raised by the staffers over the extra sitting fees owned by the Senate. The Senate, through a communication, expressed dismay over allegations from the staffers that the leadership has refused to pay benefits for the just ended extra sitting. The release is quoted the Senate as saying that the staffers had previously met with the Senate chairman on rules, order, and administration, Senator Webber Brown, and was informed that the Senate approved extra sitting for all staffers in the 2025 budget. The Senate said it is unfortunate that staffers resort to public outcry, knowing fully well that the Senate has always made payment for extra sitting since the coming of the new leadership. The meanwhile assured the staffers that payment for the just ended extra sitting will be made during the execution of the National Budget 2025. The Ministry of Justice Gender Social Inclusive Unit (GSIU) has officially launched and concluded phase 2 of its nationwide rollout of the gender policy and 5-year action plan. The initiative will focus on Myean, Grand Cape Mount, and Bapolu counties in western Liberia. On October 28, 2024, Ministry of Justice Gender Social Inclusive Unit commenced the policy rollout plan in Region 2, which comprises Lupa, Bank, and Nima counties. According to a release from the Ministry of Justice, the objective of the gender policy and 5-year action is to promote gender equality, enhance women empowerment, and promote social inclusive in the justice sector of the country. The nationwide campaign is aimed at ensuring widespread awareness, understanding, and adaptation of gender policy in all Ministry of Justice's local offices at the county levels. The policy will also enable the ministry local offices to advocate and integrate the policy principles into everyday practice at their workplaces. And the former acting president of the University of Liberia, Al Hassan Content, disclosed that the administration of the university have completed the procurement process for the purchasing of 2 new 17-seater buses for UR CJ campus in Grand Cape Mount, putting the cost at $79,000. Dr. Content further described the University of Liberia main campus as a battleground for students' politics, expressing hope that things get better in the coming semester. And away from Liberia, Senegal and Chad have reacted strongly to remarks by French President Emmanuel Macron about African countries being ungrateful over France's roles in helping fight militant jihadists that's insurgencies. On Monday, Macron said that Sahel states forget to thank France for its role aimed at continuing withdrawal of French troops from West African countries. He said no Saharan nations will be a sovereign nation without France's intervention that prevented them from falling under control of militants. In response, Chad Foreign Minister Abraham and Kolomala said Macron comments had revealed his contempt for Africa. Chad expressed its deep concern following the remarks made recently by the French president, which reflects a quantitative attitude towards Africa and Africans, he said in a statement on national TV. He said French leaders must learn to respect the African people and recognize the value of their sacrifices. Well, Marka, that's it for the news bulletin. It's back to you for the continuation of the program News Desk.
If we cannot prioritize the Liberian people interests, for which we were sent here from the 73 districts, we should bring that session.
Are you serious? Are you going to
I'm very serious about it.
to bring down
I'm telling you that if the Liberian people, JFK got issue, even our staffers at Capitol Building, there is no bus to take them home. There is no bus to bring them. There is no health protection for them. No insurance here for them. Let's look at JFK. Let's look at Redemption Hospital. Let's look at the teachers. Are we looking at the university?
Well, the bulletin of news is a regular feature here on News Desk. Thanks to Edwin Batafoyan. And if you're just joining us, the top stories we are following tonight in what they call a move to resolve the legislative impasse at the House of Representatives. Members of former Speaker Fonate Kofa's bloc joined the majority members in section. Ministry of Finance and Development Planning announces a comprehensive workshop to ensure the effective execution of the fiscal year 2025 national budget. Amid huge public reactions over the appointment of Dr. Lady Myean, as president of the University of Liberia, a member of the National Education Advisory Board, Dr. Benjamin Wade terms the appointment as the dawn of a new era for the university. And away from Liberia, Senegal, and Chad react strongly to reports or remarks by French President Emmanuel Macron about African countries being ungrateful over France's role in helping fight militant jihadist insurgencies. But let's bring to you our first development. Members of the House of Representatives supporting former Speaker Bonati Kofa have announced their decision to join the majority members in section. The group of lawmakers under the banner of the Rule of Law Legislative Caucus noted that their decision is due to the fact that they have waited for the Supreme Court to clarify its recent ruling, but to no avail. The group's chairman, Representative Musa Belete, said they are joining the majority in section as a different approach to resolve their differences through legislative interactions.
Of the House of Representatives. We want to emphasize that we remain committed to the rule of law, which includes taking further appropriate legal actions while pursuing legislative resolution on the floor of the House of Representatives. We want to thank the people of Liberia for standing by us and assure you of our commitment to the rule of law.
He is the chairman of the group of lawmakers under the banner of the Rule of Law Legislative Caucus, Nema County District 7 Representative Musa Belete is there speaking. The acting president of the University of Liberia, Hassan Kante, has disclosed that the administration of the university have completed the procurement process for the purchasing of two new 17-seater buses for UL Sinjay campus in Grand Mount County, putting the cost at 79,000 United States dollars. Dr. Conte further described the University of Liberia main campus as a battleground for student politics, expressing hope that things get better in the coming semester. He spoke at the Ministry of Information regular press briefing on Tuesday.
Buses. Describes Sinjay campus in Grand County. The cost of the new buses is 69,000 United States dollars. Finally, we have worked with students to address their concerns. And I hope that the resumption of classes and full work, renovation of the campuses will address the fears of providing an amicable learning environment. Let me just say that 25% of my time was spent with students on the main campus. I'm sorry to say the University of Liberia main campus has become a battleground different student factions, chasing each other with cutlasses. And if I present to you the graphic images, sad to say, you'll be surprised. And these are the things that you see all the time, talking to students, that simply because of our differences in political parties, all these to engage in such activities. Unfortunately, to listen, and we have the truth from them. All is fair leaders.
Well, he's the outgoing acting president of the University of Liberia, Dr. Al Hassan Conte, that's speaking today at LICAT regular press briefing. Still at the University of Liberia, a veteran Liberian educator, Dr. Benjamin Way, has welcomed the appointment of Dr. Lady Myean as president of the university. Dr. Way wants individuals criticizing the appointment of Dr. Myean to consider patriotism over nationalism. According to him, the charter of the University of Liberia does not limit foreigners from becoming president of the institution.
The argument against Dr. Myean, you will hear more people becoming nationalistic. But let me say here, there's a difference between being nationalistic and being patriotic. People who are nationalistic more or less are confined. Oh, this is our country. We got qualified people here. There are people here who can do that job. Look, if you are nationalistic, you will not see Myean as someone who is coming to bring changes, who you will go after, who any university of the nature that we have will be proud of. But if you are patriotic, then you'll be like what the Ghanaians will say, George Weah is from Ghana. Because according to them, all the best thing is from Ghana. They want all the best thing for themselves. I'll say this to you. If you think patriotically, then you will want the best for the University of Liberia. And let me put it this way. It's like bringing Messi to play for Lone Star. Which football fan will sit back and say, Messi is not a Liberian. So if the law provides that Messi can play for Lone Star, Messi should not come and play for Lone Star. The bottom line here is that the charter of the University of Liberia does not limit foreigners from becoming president. And if the vetting committee, in their wisdom, saw all of the qualifications, and I want to believe that it also saw this woman's contributions and how she has been able to navigate in finding research grant funding to engage in projects around the world, and still believe that these attributes are now needed at the university. And someone said back in the close argument of nationalism and say it is not the right time. Let me say this to you. Because of her academic and scholastic contribution, because of what she has contributed, because of her role in activism, I firmly believe that the students of the University of Liberia, and take my word for this as a former student leader, the students of the University of Liberia now have the best opportunities to focus on their studies and see how this woman will navigate her way psychologically into dealing with the university problem.
At the same time, Dr. Way, who is a member of the National Education Advisory Board, said the University of Liberia has been politically charged over the years, stating that Dr. Lady Myean is a political outsider and has nothing to do with the internal politics of Liberia, which positioned her as the best person to lead the university.
Last one. The University of Liberia has been politically charged over the years. This is the best person who is a political outsider, who has nothing to do with the internal politics of Liberia. Because nothing be holding this woman to local politics. She's not a Liberian. And so for me, I see it that way. There are presidents of the University of Liberia who have been threatened, who have been placed into cleavages because of some political affiliation. The budget of the University of Liberia has been slashed because they believe that this president is supporting this party, the other president is affiliating with the regime. So the University of Liberia has been stagnated for long because of cleavages and all of that. This lady has no future in Liberian politics. And I believe because of that, she's going to succeed and succeed massively from the global setting, from the American setting, from the African setting, and whatever way you think, if Dr. Madrid fails the University of Liberia, it will be as a result of one thing and one thing only: the refusal to accept and work with change. Okay. I can say that to you. Change that bring globalization to the concept, change that bring research to the concept, okay, change that exposes credential fraud, change that exposes corruption. Because you know, Americans, when they sit somewhere, they are not just there because of themselves, they are there because of their country, because the embassy usually release statement. So an American is already the president of the university. You think she's just going to damage all of the scholastic contributions that she made over the years because of one university that have clearages and don't want certain things to be exposed here? And there is the best time for the university now students to join this president and making sure that the University of Liberia becomes the look internal once more.
He is Dr. Benjamin Way, a member of the National Education Advisory Board and president of the Lacoste College of Education, speaking on Truth FM today. The Staffers Association at the Liberian Senate have threatened to withhold their services if the government fails to pay their 1 month benefits for services rendered during the special sitting of the legislature. The group has called on the leadership of the Liberian Senate to ensure they get their benefits no later than January 11. Spoke today at the grounds of the Capitol.
Staffers Association Capitol Building, Capitol Hill, Memorial, Liberia. Press release, January 7, 2025. The Staffers Association of the Liberian Senate wishes to express our concern regarding non-payment of benefits owed to us for the extended sittings of the third quarter of the 15th legislature. On December 13, 2024, the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Human Walker, issued a proclamation extending the first regular session of the 55th legislature for a period of 15 days, December 15, 2024 to January 6, 2025. This extension compels Staffers to continue providing services beyond the initially stipulated time frame, demonstrating our unwavering commitment to supporting the legislative process and the agenda of the government. The Staffers Association of the Senate wishes to state that despite this dedication, employees of the Senate have not yet received 1 month benefit due to extended period of service. The Staffers Association of the Senate is therefore calling on the leadership of the Senate to ensure the full payment of this benefit no later than January 11, 2025. As failure to honor this obligation by the stated deadline will leave us with no other alternative but to peacefully fulfill our services, which may affect the opening of the Senate on January 13, 2025. Signed, Mr. Eugene R. Ricks, General Secretary. Approved, Mr. J. Fireboom, Chairman.
Well, they are members of the Staffers Association of the Liberian Senate. They're reacting to the reported failure to give them their benefit for the extra sitting of the legislature. Well, the Senate leadership has sharply reacted to the concern raised by the staffers over the extra sitting fees owed by the Senate. The Senate, through a communication, expressed dismay over allegations from the staffers that the leadership has refused to pay benefits for the just ended extra sitting. In the release, the Senate said that the staffers had previously met with the Senate chairman on rules, order, and administration, Senator Level Brown, and was informed that the Senate approved extra sitting for all staffers in the 2025 budget. The Senate said it is unfortunate that staffers resort to public outcry, knowing fully well that the Senate has always made payment for extra sittings since the coming of the new leadership.
The station, particular also to be doing well with Senate, we have to find alternative. Instead of bureaucracy, there should be alternative where we can work. So we have concluded that we find another space within the Capitol building where we sit and do our job.
Well, to that story, the leadership of the Senate Press Bureau has expressed concern over the closure of their offices since the fire outbreak at the main chambers of the Capitol building. The leadership has also questioned why the leadership at the Senate, including the security, is yet to inform them about the reopening of their offices. According to them, since the fire incident, they are yet to access their various offices after police barricaded their offices, terming them as crime scenes.
Particular also to be doing well with Senate, we have to find alternative. Instead of practice, there should be alternative where we can work. So we have concluded that we'll find another space within the capital building where we'll sit and do our job. So we also talk to the security on ground and being able to communicate with our bosses so that we can be able to take some essential materials, equipment from the office. Where we are in the Chinese building, the annex, where we currently carry our function. And there are 5 offices in the press bureau office. And I will ask, in order for the people to believe that the offices are closed, I will ask, I will please proceed to the door, that the people will see the door closed, and they will see the symbol that indeed our office is being barricaded. Therefore, telling them that the offices are closed because the CC is believing it affected our working seriously. It caused a serious setback because even because of the closure of our offices, we are not able to call the official closing of the Labrador Senate for the first session of the 55th legislature. So we have to just go in there and sit there, and after everything, we just dismiss. As you can see on the field, all of the people are all over. We were just passing around as if to say we got nothing to be done here. And the security setup who barricaded this place, they are not telling us anything with regard to when and how this office will be open. Even the leadership of the Liberian Senate, they are not even speaking to us. What we know of is we are living in a state of deformity. Because if I have a philosophy that says information is the mother of exposure. If you are not informed, definitely you are deformed. We are living in a state of deformity. We are not informed. We don't know when and how the office will be open. We are preparing for the official opening of the second session of the 55th legislature by Monday, which will be the 13th of January. How are we going to operate? Where do we going to operate from? We have all of our office equipment in here. When the server comes, we'll just say around. This is one of my colleagues. She's also from the press bureau as well. She's a press officer. For to come around and be walking around, the sun shining on our head. Is that what we have? So we are calling on the leadership of the Senate to make sure that from now to the 13th, before the official opening, they will make sure our offices will be open.
Well, there are members of the Senate Press Bureau that are expressing concerns over their offices being locked since the fire incident at the House or at the Capitol building in Monrovia. You are listening to 45 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. We broadcast from Dupont Road in Painesville, outside the nation's capital, Monrovia. The top stories we are following tonight in what they call a move to resolve the legislative impasse at the House of Representatives. Members of former Speaker Fonate Kopa's bloc joined the majority members in section. Ministry of Finance and Development Planning announces a comprehensive workshop to ensure the effective execution of the fiscal year 2025 national budget. Amid huge public reactions over the appointment of Dr. Lady Myean as president of the University of Liberia, a member of the National Education Advisory Board, Dr. Benjamin Way, terms the appointment as the dawn of a new era for the university. And of the home front, Senegal and Chad react strongly to remarks by French President Emmanuel Macron about African countries being ungrateful over France's role in helping fight militant jihadist insurgencies on the continent. Well, let's bring you more developments. Deputy Agriculture Minister David Akoi has described the rubber sector as an integral part of the Liberian economy. Minister Akoi pledged national government's commitment to collaborating with stakeholders to make the rubber sector vibrant, making remarks Tuesday during program marking the farewell and gowning of the former manager of the Liberia Agricultural Company or LAC, Vijay Meira. Deputy Minister Akoi assured the former LAC manager that the ministry will work with stakeholders in the rubber sector to improve what is left behind.
For you today, I'm filled with a mix of emotions, gratitude, nostalgia, and a touch of sadness. After 15 incredible years,
Well, sorry, we will get you that except but also speaking at the ceremony, the president of the Rubber Planters Association, Madam Wilhelmina Siawe, paid special homage to Vijay Bhaira for his role played in helping local farmers to market their crops during the heat of the COVID-19 pandemic.
His presence in Grand Bazakani, especially over the back, improves the rubber sector in Grand Bazakani and inspires rural farmers achieved immensely from his presence in Grand Bazakani with the company. There we know how to determine quality service. He introduced quality service of the rubber industry to the farmers, the local farmers in Grand Bazakani. There he made us to get almost free rubber stones or stones from the company at a very minimum price, which caused all of the farmers in Grand County to plant clones. And we believe the present manager, Mr. Naveen, is planting the same mat on the mat that he planted for us. And besides that, other farmers from Maserati County, even Bond County, and the nation at large benefited a lot from his presence in LAD as manager.
Well, in response to the farewell honor, PJ Mara thanked members of the Rubber Development Fund Incorporated for the recognition, terming it as a milestone achievement for him and his family. According to him, though he is leaving for his home country, India, Liberia remains his second home, pledging to provide the necessary expertise whenever he is called upon.
You today, I'm filled with a mix of emotions gratitude, nostalgia, and a touch of sadness. After 15 incredible years in this beautiful country, the time has come for me to embark on a new chapter of my life back in my home country. 15 years may seem like a long time, but in many ways, it has felt just like a blink of an eye. From the moment we arrived, I and my wife were welcomed with open arms. And we quickly came to appreciate the warmth of the people, the richness of the culture, and the breathtaking landscape that have surrounded us. We've had the privilege of building lasting friendships and connections that we will cherish forever. Each of you has played a significant role in our journey, and thank you for your kindness, support, and companionship. Whether it was sharing a meal, collaborating on projects, or simply enjoying a cup of coffee. Together, these moments have enriched my life in ways I cannot fully express. As we prepare to leave, we carry with us countless memories, laughter shared, challenges overcome, and the joy of everyday life.
Well, of the Liberia Agriculture Company LAC, PJ Mera, there speaking upon his departure from the country. Well, that was a honoring program, or an honoring program there by folks from the rubber sector, including Deputy Agriculture Minister David Akwe. Well, this is how we love to go home on this presentation of News Desk tonight. But before we go, let's recap the top stories we followed. In what they call a move to resolve the legislative impasse at the House of Representatives, members of former Speaker Bonati Kofa's bloc joined the majority members in section. Ministry of Finance and Development Planning announces a comprehensive workshop to ensure the effective execution of the fiscal year 2025 national budget. Amid huge public reactions over the appointment of Dr. Lady Myean as president of the University of Liberia, a member of the National Education Advisory Board, Dr. Benjamin Way, terms the appointment as the dawn of a new era the state-run university. And of the home front, Senegal and Chad reacted strongly to remarks by French President Emmanuel Macron about African countries being ungrateful over France's role in helping fight militant jihadist insurgencies. Well, many thanks to all of you for your listening role. Thanks to our reporters, correspondents, and all those who helped to make this edition of News Desk a success. Edwin Batafoyan read for us the news bulletin. Sorry, we could not bring you sports tonight. Daniel Sonin sat at control and coordinated the sounds. Myean Torgbean has been behind the cameras. My name is Marka Davis. Thanks to our sponsors, Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. Good night.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV.
Into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrel?
The black barrel is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in your barefoot manner, we'll take your later Liberia.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News, my name is Hansen the represent. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
We are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to Truth FM 96.1.